Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. The issue of ranching and Fulani herdsmen has been widely discussed and has become a serious issue, in fact, a national issue. And it has prepared a lot of governors, political leaders, politicians to look into the matter simply because lives and property over the years have been lost over the issue of the Fulanis and the Fulani herdsmen, and of course the farmers on the issue of land and grazing, open grazing. Of course, a lot of southwestern governors have started embracing some bits and pieces, some full, of the NLTP program. And of course, some hours ago or some days back, the chairman of Southeastern Governors Forum had vehemently said, look, the issue of NLTP program in Southeast is not even something they should consider, because even the land is not good enough. A lot of Igbos were applauding him. I applauded him. I give him a thumb up for at least considering the people, but things have changed. Or better still, information that are coming up are actually not encouraging to the heart. But before we go to the newspaper, I'd like you to subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already. By clicking on the red subscribe button beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, as we speak, there's actually there is apprehension right now in Southeast, especially in Ebonyi State, following reports that the government has enlisted for the National Livestock Transformation Program, that's NLTP, of the federal government. Some persons are comfortable with the name RUGA, that's RUGA, but it was reformed, it was Christianized to NLTP. Technically speaking, I think it's RUGA, but let's continue. The senior special assistant to the president on agriculture, that's Andrew Gwasari, at the weekend disclosed that 20 states out of 36, 20 states had expressed interest in the NLTP, 17 from the north, while the three are Ekiti, Ondo, and Ebonyi State in the south. Ekiti, Ondo, and Ebonyi State in the south. You ask yourself, did we not just hear some days back that the governor of Ebonyi and the chairman or the president of Southeastern Governors Forum had said that the region does not have enough land for ranching? What changed? What gave? How come Ebonyi is now in the list of the 3 southern governors or southern states that are actually expressing interest in NLTP? Honestly, this Nigeria, at times I don't understand it. Let's continue with the news. The revelation came barely 48 hours after the chairman, Southeast Governors Forum and governor of Ebonyi State, Dav Umahi, said on a live television program that Southeast would not cede any land for ranching. Umahi had described the NLTP as a program for all kinds of livestock, noting that what worked in Rivers State might not work for states in the southeast. He said, what is there is for the states to engage. Talking about ranching is for the states that have land. We don't have land in southeast and would not be part of ranching, but we would participate in other aspects of the beautiful programs of NLTP. He named pasturing, growing of grasses for the animals, maize for birds, and others as areas states of the southeast might be participating in. The federal government had in February said the implementation of the program would result in a lasting solution to the farmers' herders crisis in the country, but several groups, including the Ebonyi State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, All Progressive Grand Alliance, Igbo Development Foundation, and the Association of Southeast Town Unions, yesterday tackled Governor Umahi for dragging the state into the NLTP. They flayed the governor for not involving the people before taking such a retrogressive decision and warned him not to donate any land for ranching. All right, but let's quickly look at what makes up this NL. Just sometimes for us to do justice to something, we should find out what it's all about. This NLTP that the government has brought in, what is it all about? For RUGA, it was a case of just ranching. All right, just ranching, strictly for ranching. Okay, for cows, for cattle, nothing more. But when Nigerians rejected RUGA, they said, okay, let's modernize it, let's give it body, let's make it robust. Let's bring in other livestock, so that it will become more appealing to others, so that it won't just be a case of RUGA is only going to benefit the Fulani herdsmen. So they made it a bit more elaborate by involving poultry into it. Yes, can do snail, anything livestock in a national livestock transformation program. Anything livestock, anything that has to do with animal husbandry, and anything that has to do with rearing of animals. It doesn't have to be only cattle alone. You can do poultry for the birds. That's why he now said, okay, he must have gone through NLTP, and he said, look, if we totally reject NLTP, we could actually be shooting ourselves in the leg. All right, I'm just looking at it from a holistic perspective now. If there's some benefit of NLPT that does not involve rearing of cattle, it's just an illiterate that will look at something and say it's bad. Why not look at the thing and see what you can take out of it, the positive, the negative, pick out the positive out of it, and probably let go of the negativity out of it. So you must have gone through the program and said, look, this program is quite beautiful, and our people could benefit one or two things from it, and people can benefit one or two things from it. So why don't you just look through it and see what we can pick out of it? So you must have gone through it and saw places for birds, for poultry, places for goat rearing, and other, or for piggery, and as some of these things, more often than not, we will be getting some sort of discount from the federal government. So why not? If not, why deprive our people? If not, that's what I'm just imagining what is going through his head. But now the people are a bit scared because of we've had issues over the years that has to do with trust and integrity with our leaders. So over time, when they begin to say we don't want this, and later embrace it, you begin to wonder. I hope they're not selling us out, because over the years it has become a way of life where they will say they don't want this and they go behind and embrace it. Okay, and a typical example was when he said he had no intention of leaving PDP for APC. Eventually, we saw him a full-fledged card-carrying member of APC. But that's not my business. I'm strictly apolitical. I'm just trying to draw a reference and inference from somewhere. But looking at this, people are saying because of the antecedent of integrity issues we've had over the years with leaders, especially from the Igbo extract, in fact, from every extract in Nigeria, is there any, we have issues with integrity generally. They're now saying, look, for how are we so sure that you have embraced a part of NLTP today? How are we so sure that we'll not wake up one day and we have seen a whole parcel of land being ceded to for Fulanis for ranching, and you say, well, when I signed, I didn't sign half. I actually signed all. So, or maybe there could be a clause that says you don't sign half, you sign all. For everyone you sign half, it means you have given all. So if you have agreed to for poultry or for piggery, it also means you have given some parcel for ranching. So a lot of persons are getting worried. I hope the lands are not going to be. You said there's no land for, don't have enough land, and South and Easterners don't have enough land for seeding of ranching. I hope that will not change in the next coming years or months, as the case may be. But well, it's not left for you to decide. A lot of persons are calling him out saying, I hope you are not signing that eventually you are going to give any land out to any Fulani header. Let's meet in that comment section. Do you think there's ulterior motive to this, or do you think it's actually just